This is your girl, Annette Fletcher, Miss Delaware Classic Universe, coming to you live from the Academy for Peace, where I am going to be, or where I am now for the first 2024 Wear Your Crown Empowerment Speaker Series. Now, this series has been happening since I won the Miss Big Beautiful Women of Delaware pageant in 2016, as it's my platform, building amicable relations. The Wear Your Crown Speaker Series is intended to empower women and girls into purpose by hearing a variety of stories from a plethora of women about what they do, why they do it, why it's important, and how other women and girls can support what they do. The hope is also to inspire women and girls into purpose. And they do that by simply sharing their story. Now, for a number of years now, we were sharing initially in person here at the Academy for Peace. Let's take a look around. Here at the Academy for Peace, they host a variety of events. You too can host an event. If it is about peace and community, you are welcome to come and share here. We are at 203 North Market Street in Wilmington, Delaware. The zip code is 19801. The Academy for Peace is a space in this place where individuals who are interested in building community, enhancing and or encouraging peace are welcome here. Dr. J. Macklin is the CEO and founding president person of the Academy for Peace and works with um, the Stop the Violence Coalition. I believe it's Coalition or Stop the Violence Inc. But if you're interested in hosting an event here in Wilmington, Delaware, be sure to reach out to Dr. J. Macklin. I'll leave the information for the Academy for Peace here. I am here today to do a live event and to let people know that we are going to be here at the Academy for Peace every Tuesday at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. Take time to come down and visit. Now, because my platform is building amicable relations, and we do that by sharing our stories. My story is pageantry, model coaching, as the pageant director for the Big Beautiful Women of Delaware. I'm also going to be hosting a number of events here on Tuesdays at the Academy for Peace. Now, let me backtrack. The Wear Your Crown Empowerment Series, as I said, is intended to build amicable relations and inspire women and girls into purpose. It was birthed out of me losing a pageant, upset, pacing back and forth, and talking about how fabulous the other contestants were, and realizing that we all wore crowns and that we were all very deserving individuals, and the judges or the panel at that time felt as though the queen that actually won the title deserved it that year. That doesn't mean you were not worthy of the crown. That does not mean you don't have what it takes to be a queen or to represent. It just means it wasn't your time, but you still have a crown. You still have value. You are still enough, and you are still absolutely, positively amazing for even being able to put yourself in pageantry. You're not authentically competing with other women. It's you sharing yourself with the world, building the platform that you're sharing and or presenting. And it gives you an opportunity to continue to market who you are, what you do, why you do it, why it's important, and to connect with some other phenomenal who are moving in purpose in their way. The Wear Your Crown Speaker Series is still looking for speakers for 2024. Now, as a director, and since it's my platform, it's only right that I kick it off, right? So we have a number of phenomenal women joining us. Now, some of them will be virtual. Virtually, they will be here on YouTube, at 10 o'clock a.m. In the evening, those who are going to be live will be here, right here, live, in person at the Academy for Peace. Why? Because we're back. We're in person again, and I'm super excited. But that doesn't negate the phenomenal queens that do not live in the area. If you're not in the metropolitan area and you cannot make it here to be live and in person, that's fine. We will ask you for a picture, ask you for your favorite quote, your favorite saying. If you're a queen or a titled queen and you have a platform, sharing your platform, I'll create a flyer for you. It will have a date, and we will schedule a time to pre record your story, your share, for a scheduled date. And we'll push it out. So next week, we have none other than is it Aisha Congo? Yes, Aisha Congo Watson. You don't want to miss it. She will be our second speaker for the 2024 Wear Your Crown Empowerment Speaker Series. And she is doing phenomenal things with women and girls. You want to be here. If you can't be here, it's fine. We'll be live. She'll be here. But you want to be present to authentically engage with our speakers. So the Academy for Peace, again, is at 203 North Market Street, Bloomington, Delaware, 19801. My name is Annette Fletcher. I hold a number of titles. I am currently the pageant director. I'm a pageant coach. I'm a model coach, as well as a speaker. Yes, I like speaking and sharing and encouraging other women and girls into purpose. There are so many things I enjoy doing. I love education. I have taught preschool, and I apply teaching preschool to a number of things. It's imperative when you're teaching early childhood that you use positive redirection. It is also necessary to repeat yourself quite often and happily repeating yourself so that they understand or that you get those teachable moments, which are super important. But sometimes we have to do that for adults. And we have to use grace and patience to actually use that time to repeat, share, and positively redirect. Now, that may sound easy. It may sound easy to teach preschool kids, but it's not. It's work, and it's all work that needs to happen to ensure that our kids have what they need to succeed. So, I'm not as an early childhood educator, those tools have helped me continue to grow, learn, educate, share, and create curriculums, lesson plans, events, activities that encourage women and grow into purpose or that come out well because you know what people are looking for. Not only do I do events, but I help organize people's spaces because when your space is organized and decluttered, it gives you a safe space to actually be able to reflect, think, relax, breathe, and not get overwhelmed. Now, some people may know a little bit about feng shui and how you set up your space and how you prepare a room so that the energy is flowing in a way that is not stifling. You ever walk into a room and you feel tense or uptight or like you have to do something? It's because the energy is not set properly in a room, and it's imperative to change it. Now, that means different things for different people. You may be like, I don't know what feng shui is, or I don't know how that works. But if you're in a room and you're uncomfortable, you do know how to change the room around so that you feel better, so that it feels better, so that it's easier to maneuver when you go to sleep, when you go into the living room, when you go into the dining room to eat, or a study room to work. You have to reorganize. So let me reorganize. As the first woman, aka queen, aka sister, again, I wear a variety of hats. including my crown on occasion. I am currently Miss Delaware Classic Universe 2024. I was previously Miss Fashion Global 2020. Prior to that, I was Miss B. Well, I will always be Miss BBW Delaware 2016 and 2017, and I became the pageant director in 2019. As the pageant director, again, it continues to enhance my platform, building amicable relations, wearing your crown, and teaching other women and girls to do the same. You are needed where you are as is. Now, of course, we're always growing, we're always moving. And if you're not, that means you probably don't exist anymore, right? It is imperative that where you are, you appreciate where you are respectfully. Why? Because if you are doing a vision board, if you are speaking things into existence, if you have this a desire on your heart, by all means write it down. If you have a word for the year, put it around. Start putting it into the atmosphere. 2024 is going to be the year of new things authentically happening. But it's also imperative that you do the work, right? And I'm saying this to you, but I'm repeating it, and it's soaking for myself as well. I still Mary Kay. It is important that I let people know that I sell Mary Kay. Why do I sell Mary Kay? I sell Mary Kay because it is imperative that women and girls take care of their face and their body, and Mary Kay helps people do that. The saying this year for me is what's in your bag. If you model, if you're in pageantry world, you know that you need a number of things. You need foundation, you need a primer, and you need a basic lip, right? Now, that does not include your black leggings, your fitted t-shirt, your jeans and white t-shirt. There are some basic things that you should have in your model bag, in addition to your primer, your foundation, and a basic lip. Now, if you have to do your own makeup, that's enough to kind of get you set. Now, if you are a professional, you know that there are a number of things you need. You want to have a clean face just in case you have a makeup artist doing your face. We have facial cleansing. We have a whole set. The Miracle Wise set is perfect. And it's quick, it's easy, and you look great. The people who use it, their faces speak for themselves. Absolutely speak for themselves. After you clean your face, you want to prime your face. You want to have a primer on your face to protect your skin from the makeup that's about to be on your face. And then, of course, your foundation. And there are some shows that require you to come foundation ready. So they're just applying the makeup. So you want to have your primer and you want to have your foundation. I have been to shows and they did not have my color, but they were like, "We got you. We going we have something that's going to match or that's going to work." I am chocolate. I am deep chocolate, and this is my winter color. This is not my summer color, and they did not have my color, so I make it a point to carry my foundation. Now, if you have this same issue, you want to do the same. Carry your foundation so they're not mixing all the colors of the rainbow to try and get your color or try to match you. If you already have it, use it. Come with your face ready, clean, prime, and foundation ready. It's important. Now, if you need any of those things in your bag, by all means, give me a call. Hit up my website. I'll put that information below. Now, since I'm live right now, I will have to wait until I get home to add that information, but it'll be below. Now, I probably should have had a list of all of the things that I wanted to talk about, but I don't want to keep you here for too long. But I do want to share that we are not only looking for women and girls to share their story for the 2024 Empowerment Speaker Series, but you can be in person or you can be virtual to share your stories. Now, your story can be anything from your job, personal growth, pet care, nail care, hair care. If you are a hairstylist, if you are a housewife, if you are a maid, a housekeeper, all of these skills, responsibilities, duties are things that women and girls need to know. They come with responsibilities. They come with things that are needed. They come with desires. They come with purpose. They are needed. If you work at McDonald's, whether you like it or not, you're doing it for a reason. You're either doing it to save, to live, to have, to be able to provide for your family, and you are important. You are necessary, and you are welcome to share your story in our Wear Your Crown Empowerment Speaker Series. Now, we've had a variety of queens share with us their journey to queendom, their journey in pageantry, their journey on the runway. We've had housewives, we've had architects, we've had artists, we've had athletic trainers, and they've shared anything from their health to their wellness, to their successes and their failures, as well as their intimate relationships in some cases. We are here to build amicable relations, and we can only be doing in the space to do that when we're authentically connecting to authentic women who are willing and ready to share their stories. And we would love to include you. Now, my story varies. Like there are so many levels to all of us, right? So I have already shared how I got into pageantry. I believe I did that last year. And it was recorded. It was pre-recorded, or I was here in person. Either way, it's on YouTube. Go back, type in "Wear Your Crown," and you'll see my share where I share how my sister duped me into participating in my first pageant. But I fell in love with it. And I found purpose in pageantry. I found purpose in supporting women and girls, which is what I came back to the States to do. Came back to the States, yes. I lived in Namibia as a Peace Corps volunteer for 2 years before traveling Southern Africa and heading back home just to go abroad again to Japan. Started in Aichi, then went up to Guma. Yeah, I've been all around Japan. And I absolutely positively love sumo for so many reasons. And yes, Aminashiki is my favorite sumo wrestler. But I digress. I will not get started because he's retired, and that's a whole nother story. But in terms of experience, exposure, and the ability to see the possibilities of women and girls, I think the Wear Your Crown series and those who participate see that and know that. And everyone who shares is here to inspire. Now, sharing is also a way of healing. So if you have something that you feel like you have healed from or you need to heal from because you need to release it, you're welcome to come and share here as well, because that release could totally be needed by someone else, maybe more than we've had a number of shares here that were healing for the audience as well as the speaker. We've had some absolutely amazing speakers. We started off with 4 speakers. And oh my gosh, let me see. I know we had Jennifer Laws, and we had Karen Montgomery, and we had, oh, what is her name? Joy. Oh, but I don't know her. I don't have her first and last name now. I should have had this written down. And we had one more young lady who shared that year. And I could not imagine that we were going to be doing it 10 years later. What, 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 8 years? I didn't even realize that. We've been doing the Wear Your Crown speaker series for 8 years, building amicable relations for 8 years. We started off with 4 speakers. They all came here. Yolanda Advant, I think, was the other one that first year. They came from Philly and they shared. That second year, we had, I think, more than 8 speakers. That third year, we had more than 20 speakers. Now we start in January. January on a Tuesday, because that's when I'm here at the Academy for Peace. We would have speakers come and share, whether there were people here or not. Where one or two are gathered, we have a share for you. So there were people here when they came and they spoke like there were 1 million people in the room. They were present for those who were ready. Now, unfortunately, I don't think I had any of their shares recorded because we were live and in person. I don't think I started recording until maybe the second or third year. But as I find them, whether it's the flyer or the video, they will be here. So please, by all means, take a look at that. So there are individuals trying to watch, but I'm not sure. Let's see. Let me share this here. And hopefully it will get to the person that just asked me when. Okay, so let's say, hold on. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate it. Let's see. Oh, let's send in Messenger. Maybe it can get there quicker. Oop. Okay, last time. Let's see. Okay. So I like I'm going to be editing this at some point. But for those who are just tuning in, my name is Annette Fletcher. I am Miss Delaware Classic Universe, and I'm currently a pageant director as well. My platform is building amicable relations by sharing series. That's one of many things that we do. But building amicable relations is about inspiring women and girls into purpose by basically seeing the beauty in who they authentically are now and encouraging them to be who they want to be in the future by exposing them to a variety of things, events, activities, people, women and girls doing a variety of things that spark an interest, that sparks something that says, aha, I can do that. I want to do that. You can do and or be whatever you desire. Now, me personally, I like encouraging women and girls. I like pageantry. I like modeling. I like sharing my story. And I like encouraging other people into purpose. We meet a variety of people that I know we see awesomeness, like we see things in, we see their potential, and sometimes they don't. So you exposing them or sharing a word, whether it be a smile, an encouraging word, a thought, something moving in love. Sometimes you moving in love inspires other people to move in love. You smiling at one person sometimes inspires other people to smile. A smile has broken so many bad chi or things that weren't working out. It's encouraged people into purpose. A smile. Do you know how nice it is to smile at someone else, whether or not they smile at you? In the back of their head, they feel that. You ever see somebody smile and you smile back and you don't know why you're smiling? It's about energy. It's about love. It's about giving. It's about positive vibes. It's about being your authentic self. You are needed as is. Enjoy the space that you're in. You're there for a reason. You're created for a reason. You are purpose. Now, whether or not you know what that purpose authentically is another story. But we're all on a journey for that purpose. Now, again, if you know what it is, then you might be on an amazing journey already to where you're going. But there are a number of things that happen to you as you journey there. Some of them are good, most of them are great because they all teach you something. And that's how we have to start looking at it. So when you're going through, you could be mad, you could be angry, you could be, ooh, just vexed. But sometime that day, you just need to sit back and think, why did this happen? What did I learn from this? Could I have changed it? Could I have done something better? What worked today? What didn't work today? What can I improve tomorrow? Do you know how powerful that is? And that's you for yourself. You don't have to share that with anybody else. There are days where I have been out of sorts and I've had to come back and apologize. That in itself is huge. That in itself for me is growth. And there are so many things that I am continuing to grow into, out of, but taking time to reflect at the end of the day helps me with that every time. There are teachable moments for myself. So just know that you are important, you are needed, and that we are looking for you for our Wear Your Crown Empowerment it is an experience. But the Wear Your Crown Empowerment Speaker Series is intended, again, to inspire women and girls into purpose. And who you are, where you are, matters now to someone. Your journey is important. Why not share it now? Put it out into the atmosphere what it is you're doing, what you want to do, what you're interested in, because somebody might see it and they might see something in you and say, you know what, I would like to work with her. You know what, she had a good point. I wonder if I could reach out to her and we could have a conversation. That was a good idea. Now, sometimes they leave comments below so you get to hear the feedback. Sometimes they might reach out to you directly. Now, for all of these series, there is a PayPal, Venmo, Zelle below. You may even get a donation. They may sow into your ministry or into the work that you are doing. But you have to put it out there. Share your story. What is the absolute worst thing that can happen by you sharing your story? It's a release, it's an acknowledgement, it's an encouragement, it's an inspirational act. I there are so many things that like I want to share with you guys, but I probably, like I said, should have like written everything down so that it could have been in order to it. Now, typically when people talk or share during the Wear Your Crown Empowerment Speaker Series, I kick it off by sharing who I am and what we're doing. Then I introduce them by name and they share. Now they have an opportunity to speak the entire time just to share who they are, what they're doing. They may have an entire speech spiel laid out especially for you. Some of them may say, I'd rather do an interview, a Q&A. So you can ask me a question, I'll answer a question, and based on how they answer is how I continue to move, because we want people to be comfortable and we want them to authentically be able to share what they are comfortable sharing. It's not always easy to talk about what you've grown through or growing into or where you are and where you want to be or where you are going. Our perspectives on that journey vary. My perspective on my own journey varies. There are so many things I want to do, and my intent is to be here at the Academy for Peace every Tuesday at 7 o'clock to encourage and inspire women and girls into their purpose. There are a number of things we're going to do to ensure that that happens. Working together, teaching, sharing, educating, walking, teaching turns, presentation best. We will even have guests here for you. The Academy for Peace is a safe and amazing space to work in, to visit, learn, train, organize, plan, arrange, schedule things, events, activities for you to grow, connect with others, network with others, and work with other individuals who are like minded individuals. We all started from somewhere. So, in terms of who shares, there will be a range. We have had high school students share, and we've had senior citizens share. So, the age ranges, the level of education, knowledge, experience, expertise ranges, and it's all valued, it's all valuable. It's all necessary, and it's all imperative to continue to encourage women and girls into their purpose. I cannot say that enough. The Wear Your Crown speaker series is intended for you. Now, I've spoken to some people, and they're like, well, I don't do anything. But you do. You are a living being who are impacting or who is impacting people every day just by being present, just by showing up. So I need you to show up. The speaker series is an opportunity to network with some phenomenal women who saw it not robbery to share their stories. I love it. I'm inspired and I learned something from every single speaker we have. Now, I have a variety of sister queens. I have sister queens from the Miss BBW Delaware pageant to the Miss Fashion Global pageant to the Miss Classic Universe pageant. And that doesn't even include the phenomenal queens that I met at the Full Figure Miss USA pageant. They are amazing. These women are out here. You could be walking past them every day and you still won't know their story. You can infer, you can make assumptions, you can guess, but you won't know. Even when they share, that in itself is a layer of share, is a tidbit that they've decided to share in hopes of inspiring you into purpose. Why? Because you have a purpose. You are necessary. You are needed where you are. I participate in a GUL retreat prior to COVID. We haven't actually had it since. And one of Lynn Bett's workshops was a nature walk. Now, being out at the Red Lodge is an amazing spiritual space to be in. Just go. That's where we stay for the weekend. And her course or her class had us find a tree that we connected with. And I love this story. I love this story. Find a tree. Now, I'm a city girl, so I'm like, find a tree. Yes, I hunt and do all those other things, but I'm a city girl. So find a tree. What am I going to find? There are a plethora of trees out here. What she mean go find a tree? So, there are a handful of us. So we go out and we're walking in the woods behind the Red Lodge. And, some people are finding their tree immediately and they're hugging or talking to their tree or sitting on their tree or leaning on their tree, and I'm looking like, that's really crazy. And I think I said that, like, that's crazy. Now, as I said it, I'm walking, I get off the path and I start walking towards this tree. And I'm looking at the tree like it's not really a tree. Like, it's broken, it's leaning, like there are bugs and like moss all over the tree. Like, what the crap? Like, what am I gonna do with this tree? What is this even a tree? Does this count as a tree? And as I'm looking at the tree, I notice the moss. I notice the ants. I notice the maggots. I notice the potato bugs. And so much more that this tree was giving in what I saw as a broken, damaged tree. The forest saw it as food, as a house, as a home, as a comfort, and it was being protected by the moss. But it was serving so many things in that area. And I stood next to that tree for a period of time, if I'm honest. And Lynn called us back. She said, just start making your way back to the campfire. So when we got to the campfire, she asked, if, who found a tree and if anyone wanted to share. And I think I went first and I raised my hand and I couldn't even get up, if I'm honest. So I'm sitting on this log and I share that I thought the activity was a little crazy. Find a tree. But I found a tree that looked that I couldn't figure out whether it was a tree or not. But then when I looked closer to the tree, I noticed that it was supplying the needs of so many things in that forest. It was giving life, it was sharing, even in its broken state. But it was working and it was needed and it was necessary. And I remember that because at that point in time, we judge people by how they look all the time. And we say we don't, but we do. What are they wearing? How's the hair? What does their skin look like? Are their nails done? What kind of shoe? What name brand are they wearing? We're judging you immediately when we see you. And by doing so, sometimes we miss the value that that person has, that they give, that they share, that they offer. Everyone has value. Everyone is important. Everyone is necessary. And everyone may not be for you, but they are for someone. They are necessary for someone where they are as is. Find the value in people. Don't quickly dismiss people because of how they look, how they dress, how they speak. When I first got back from Japan, I had I do not always speak, just as a caveat, I do not always speak grammatically correct. But since I was teaching in Japan, the way you make correction is just to repeat something that was stated incorrectly, correctly. And I came back to the States doing that to people. Didn't even realize I was doing it until someone mentioned it. And I was like, I'm not correcting your English, but I was. And it wasn't to be malicious. It was just habit. But take note of your habits. Take note of the habits of others. Take note of the value that individuals have where they are today. It's there because we all have purpose. And sometimes you're put into people's life because of that purpose or because of their purpose. We don't grow by ourselves. Nothing grows by itself. It's connected to either soil or roots, water, air. It needs something. We all need something, and we all need something in order to continue to grow. So find value in where people are today and see it. Look for it. Expect it. Anticipate it. Pray for it. Speak life into it. That tree story is a reminder that we all have value where we are, and to not judge people. Now, it's human nature to immediately judge, but to check yourself and say, okay, I don't always look like this. I'm not always wearing this. I don't always speak like this. I don't always say that. But to be mindful that we are layers. We are growing into purpose. We are moving into purpose, especially in 2024. Especially in 2024. In 2024, we are moving in purpose. I'm going to need you to move in purpose. I'm going to need you to share your story. I'm going to need you to start healing and moving. You are necessary. You are needed. You are important. You are amazing. And it doesn't matter how many times I tell you that if you don't believe it for yourself. Just know that you have something to offer. Because you do. You have something to offer, even where you are today. Now, we're all good for being like, I'm not even doing, I don't even have, I'm not even, but you do have. You have more than some people have. You have more than others will ever have. Share it, recognize it, celebrate it. Every bit of you counts. Now, this is for myself too. There are a number of things that I do, and I do them because I like to do them. But I need to start valuing myself, my time, my efforts, my passion, as well as my time. But I'm also willing to share it with you every Tuesday at the Academy for Peace at 7 o'clock. Now, for those who are sharing their stories, if you are interested in sharing your stories, all you have to do is email me a picture of yourself and your favorite phrase and or saying that you might live by. Okay? From there, I will make a flyer. I will schedule a date. We will record or schedule a time for you to come to the Academy for Peace to share live and in person. This is your girl, Annette Fletcher, for the first Wear Your Crown Empowerment Speaker Series intended to inspire women and girls into purpose. I love you. I appreciate you. You are needed as and where you are today. Share your story. It could potentially empower someone else. Thank you for taking time to watch, to listen to me rant and go off. Because I have so many things to share. I might even share again at some point. But this is the first of many Wear Your Crown Empowerment Speaker Series that will be shared here. So stay tuned. Now, the ones that will be released moving forward will be released on Tuesdays at 10 o'clock. Tuesdays at 10 o'clock. The others will be live and in person here at the Academy for Peace, 203 North Market Street in Wilmington, Delaware, 19801. Okay? So don't forget to wear your crown and know that you are needed, as is where you are. Help inspire other women and girls into purpose by sharing your story. See you later. Don't forget, next Tuesday, here at the Academy for Peace, is Aisha Congo Watson. She's going to be sharing at 7 o'clock in person. So schedule your time now for Tuesday to be here. What's in your bag? Later.